Welcome back to the channel. So today we have this interesting topic to talk about. um yeah, 5 things you can do now to land your dream job. The point here is that these 5 things I'm going to mention in this transmission, if you are 5 major things actually, if you are able to hold them together, just give yourself a little time, you should be able to land your dream um, job. Okay, so the first one, or the first thing I have in my list here says, um, start from the basics, optimize your resume, the one we call CV in this part of the world. You optimize your resume and your LinkedIn profile. Optimize your resume and your LinkedIn profile. So this is how to go about it. You should be able to tailor your resume for each job application. Let's say you have something to do with customer support. You are a teacher, you know, and maybe you also do HR stuff and you have certification in these areas, you have experiences in these areas. You don't need to have just one CV or one resume for everything. Okay, have one that is dedicated to this particular skill. For example, customer support. You have one that is dedicated to probably teaching, so the relevant certifications you have in those areas, you put them in any of those CVs. Just make sure that you tailor your resume for each job application. So you're not going to use your general resume to be applying and reapplying for jobs. You should be able to tweak this thing from time to time to suit the job description, right? And probably what they are requiring of you from the job you are going out for. You understand? Say another thing to also consider is in your resume, you should be able to use action verbs and measurable results. For instance, you've worked with a company, I increased the revenue to so percentage. You can say 50%. You can see the you increase is an action word. 50% is measurable. You were able to turn in 50 sales in 1 month. Is measurable. There's an action word. You follow me? Like when you are trying to describe the things you've done and all of that, you should ensure that it's something measurable. That someone can look at it and be like, okay, okay. You understand? Now ensure your LinkedIn profile is complete and the keywords optimized. Now, depending on the kind of work or the type of job you are going for, what you can actually do at this point in time is probably you go to LinkedIn, go to any other job board, or maybe any websites where they post job, find adverts, for this particular role and look at the keywords, look at the kind of things they are looking out for, the kind of words they use there. You understand? And use some of these things to optimize your profile. Okay. Then another thing under this particular category is ask for endorsements and recognition. You work for people, you volunteer, you have people in your company and all of that. Ask for endorsements. Okay, let them endorse you, let them say something good about you. You should be able to use this thing for your promotion and stuff like that. Ask for recommendation. Oh, this person, I've worked with this person, is such a nice guy. All those kind of experiences, you know, get them. Have them stored somewhere in your arsenal. You will always need them from time to time. Okay? Be intentional. It's something you have to be intentional about. Ask for endorsements and recommendation. Ask nicely and politely, not like you are making it look as if the person just have to do it. Because I have an experience like that. Someone has not even finished working something for me and is already pressuring me to recommend him. And I'm like, man, I have to do this thing when I feel like doing it and I know how to do it. You follow me? So it's something that you just have to ask nicely, okay, and politely too. So the next thing, the number two here is upskill with relevant certification. Okay, you know your niche, you know the area where you are focusing on. Be intentional about upskilling with relevant certification. And how do you do it? You know what you people do in your kind of niche. Pick out in-demand skills. You may want to ask questions. There are, for every niche, there are in-demand skills. Be intentional about adding them to your arsenal. Okay? Don't just be there and watching and then letting these things pass you by. Be intentional about, upgrading yourself every time and time again. You wake up every day. What is in your mind is what can I add to my skill so that I will stand out? You take it serious. You can't just be in a particular niche and then it's something you learned the last time you did is what you are still having. A lot of things have changed. Things are coming in. You should be able to upgrade yourself every step of the way. Another thing is take online courses. You can see the way my voice is more. So to show you how serious this matter is, begin to take online courses. Thank God for Google. There is Coursera, there is Udemy, there's LinkedIn Learning. There are several platforms you can learn from. Be intentional about these things. I try as much as possible to learn new thing every week, like new course. I can just pick one particular thing and ensure that this week I add it to the ones I already know. I do it as a person. So maybe you may want to begin to do it for yourself. Coursera is there, like I said, all these platforms are there and they are not that costly. Just take online courses from time to time. Just continue upgrading. And then while you are at it, please ensure you get certified. Because some people, you just do something, get certificate, okay? Add this certificate to your resume. Flaunt them on LinkedIn. Hey, man, I've been able to complete this course and look at that kind of thing. Just get certified. Do you understand? And then this one is very, very important. Stay updated with trends in your industry. Stay updated with trends in your industry. This is how I do mine. I don't know how people do theirs. You know your kind of industry. Find people, find platforms where you can be getting real-time updates so that you can always be ahead. Okay, stay updated with trends in your industry. Always check Google. What is happening? Find groups, join them, look, connect. But I'm still coming to that anyway. But anything you can do that is legit, actually, to stay updated with trends in your industry is something you may want to try. Very important. Because it is even that update that will give you that will even give you an edge over others, especially when it comes to what you are able to do and what you are not able to do. Because if you are the one bringing the value, people tend to flow to you. You follow me? And the words flows in the direction of value. But we're not ready for that discussion. Let's go to the next one. The next one is network strategically. That's the number. That's the third point we have here. Network strategically. Okay, network strategically. Be intentional about networking. You cannot do this thing alone. If you really, 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 really want to do this, you can't do it alone. Trust me. Try it. Try it. So the first thing to do at this point in time is this: connect with industry professionals. You may want to do that on LinkedIn, you may want to do that on any other platform, but be intentional about being able to connect yourself to or with industry professionals. You know, people who are in your industry, who are in your kind of niche, who are doing wonderfully well. Look, find out where they are, okay, and try to connect with them. It's very, very important. All these things, I know some other things I can, but for the purpose of this particular discourse and because of our time, I'm just focusing on. But there's actually a way to do some of these things, like connecting with industry professionals. You know, you also push out values, get their attention. You know, but that's by the way. The next one says join professional groups and attend events. Join professional groups and attend events. This cannot even be overemphasized. It's something you need to start doing as a person. Join professional groups, attend events, virtual events, physical events. Be intentional about attending these events. That's even where you meet people of like mind. That's where you connect. That's where you network. That's where you meet people. That's where you're able to see. You can even see someone that will motivate you. I've been to an event. I'm like, wow, I like what this person is doing. If I hadn't been in that event, I wouldn't have had that drive to want to do more. You understand? Be intentional about attending. Let me put it better. Let me put it well. Attend strategic events. Because now, when we say attend events, some people will go and be attending all manner. Attend strategic events. And when you see strategic events, you know. Don't just stay at home and be thinking that one day something will happen, or maybe because you are praying, maybe because you are doing one thing that, things will just come. It doesn't work that way. You network. You carry yourself and take yourself to where you want to be. Nobody is doing that thing for you. So, and part of how to do it is you leave your comfort zone. Okay? So, reach out to mentors or maybe people who are ahead of you. I don't want to talk about this much. It's something we are all aware how it works. Sometimes you may want to take a particular journey, and the mentor that would have taken you 5 years, and the mentor tells you, hey, do this, do this. It will just take you 2 days. A mentor is known for his experience, is known for mastery. Something you are trying to figure out, this person who is a mentor probably knows some of these things. It's easier for you to listen to him or her, get this information than getting to burn your fingers trying to figure it out by yourself. Much as I'm not saying people shouldn't, do things and all of that, but a lot of times mentors tends to be like shoulders. You stand on their shoulders, you're able to see further. Okay? Now build relationships. Build relationships. Not just asking for favor. Because this thing has happened recently. Someone just messaged me, we started talking, and he just routed one message to me like was asking me one thing. And the thing actually I felt somehow like we just met, like we just started talking now. And now look at this. Please build relationships. Interestingly, these topics, I have so many things to say about them, but let's just stick to what we have here. But build relationships, add value, be a value adder. When you build relationship, if you ask for help, maybe, it's easier for it to be considered. Okay? Relationship is a heavy currency. I don't know why people neglect it. Then the next point we have here, which is the number 4th point, is build a personal brand. Build a personal brand. Go to the internet, these online platforms. LinkedIn is there, Twitter is there, Facebook is there. Share valuable content. Okay? You know some of these things, share them. Let people know you for this. Let them know that this person is into this and he knows this thing. Share valuable content. In fact, share high impact content. Okay, you may want to start a blog. You may decide to have a portfolio website. I was speaking to somebody recently. I was telling her that I need to have a portfolio website. It's not hard. Okay, just get a website, get a domain, just light design. You have a portfolio where you share some of your stuffs, your recently completed projects, getting people to know about you. You can even do blog, sharing some of your stuffs. These are part of the ways you build a brand around yourself. Okay, volunteer or contribute to projects. Sometimes people get their breakthrough through volunteering, and that's the truth. You are just starting out, you're just trying to get these things together. You may want to just volunteer, get the experience, get build the portfolio, have these things to yourself, and then use it for the next step. Okay, the long and short of this whole thing is you just have to be visible for employers to find you. There's what we call this thing placement in marketing. Placement, you place yourself as the expert. But that's not where we are going. Let's go to the next point. The next point here says apply smart, not just hard. When you are applying, apply smart, not just hard. Okay? Apply smart, not just hard. Some people will tell you, go and apply randomly. Do this thing smartly. There's a way to go about this thing. Target, do it on target. Do these things on target, including sites in your cover letter. Okay, and when you apply, don't just let it just be like that. You can as well follow these things up. Maybe you apply today and probably maybe after a while you may choose to just follow them up. What's happening? How is it going? You understand? You don't just throw something in and then you leave it and go to bed and forget about it. Sometimes follow up. Okay, and then this could actually be a point. Use job alerts to stay updated. You are looking for job. There are lots of platforms that post job and are willing to be sending you alerts. Please filter these things and delimit it to your area of focus and be getting alerts from them. You don't need to be the one rushing to go to the one platform to look for something. You can be getting these things as even push notification. It's just something you have to do for yourself. So that is pretty much it for this particular topic. One thing I want you need to be sure of is if you begin to work on these few areas that I've mentioned, there are probably several other ones, but if you begin to work on these few areas and begin to hold them together, I believe you should be in a better place than you are in a not too distant future. Okay, so thank you very much. Thank you, and have